Okay guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. All right guys, I'm back. It's June 1st and it is 10:44 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, we're going to finish up Q. I have just done the first video and uploaded it. And this is the second video. It is the Q post from today. Now, at the end of this, I am going to thank some people that I need to thank. And so let's just jump in now because I do want to be able to finish up these Q posts. And I want to thank people at the end in case it's too late for me to come back and do a news video. I have so much news to cover. But anyway, let's just jump in here. We are picking up from where we left off in the last video, and we're on drop 4375. 4375. Fake news pushing America on fire narrative. Note, this image is photoshopped. Of course it is. This is actually used a screenshot, MSNBC, I believe it, yeah, MSNBC used a screenshot from World War Z, and they tried to pass that off as Washington, D.C. Yeah, do we need any more evidence that news is all fake? It is. The mainstream media, they don't care about getting a story right at all. All right, so it says MSDNC, yeah, well, they are the propaganda arm. The mainstream media is the propaganda arm of the Democrat Party, so I guess that's appropriate, isn't it? Knowingly using fake footage, MSDEN, pushing America on fire narrative. Why? Enemy of the people. They certainly are. Why would they do that? Make it seem like DC is a heck of a lot worse than it actually was. I mean, it's bad enough, but they actually used a shot out of the movie World War Z. Unbelievable. All right, we're on drop 4376. 4376, and it says white people, Antifa, handing out bricks to black youth. Pawns. Yeah, they're just pawns in their greater scheme. So let's take a look. And Q says, do you see what is happening? Oh, Q, yeah, we see it. We see it. And we don't like it either. Okay, so look at this. I thought this was so interesting. It says white people rolling up, handing black men bricks to throw during protests. Glad a black woman was there to set their asses straight. Well, black women will do that. I'm telling you, they are very outspoken. It's not a bad thing.
Bitch, don't give no group of black men no brick. Don't do nothing, all right? Push them up. Go on. Why would you do that to them? They gonna get in trouble. You stupid. You a retarded bitch. All of y'all. Why the fuck would you give that to them? That shit is wild disrespectful. I don't give a fuck about your friends. I'm talking about this white bitch giving a group of black men a brick to throw. You know that shit can get them killed? You know that. Just having that shit can get them killed. Y'all find yourself so sensitive. Go to the fucking house, watch everybody ass. Go to the motherfucking house, watch let everybody glasses off their face. Fuck y'all. That's some bullshit. What the fuck is that?
They're just sitting there waiting to give somebody a brick.
Black man to walk by so you can hand them a brick.
See, and she's right to be upset. You know, her language is a bit salty, but she's right to be upset. She's right. These white people rolling by, handing out bricks to young black men, and she's saying, you're going to get them in trouble. What are you doing? Why would they do that? Well, we know why, but she's right to be upset. She's probably out there peacefully protesting. These people roll up to a group of black men, hand them bricks. And she's right. It'll get them in trouble. And do the people in that car care? No. Not at all. So Q asks us, do you see what is happening? Oh, I see it. And we are on drop 4377 now. Video, peaceful black protester calls out white Antifa anarchists defacing buildings. Now, Q asks us again, do you see what is happening? We see it, Q. We see it and we don't like it. Okay, so let's get this. It says Q needs to post this. Well, he did. So there you go. He did. And let's listen.
Believe that. Now they circling. See, look. I want you to know this is not. This is not police people's way. Let me tell you this. This is not a black woman who's putting Black Lives Matter. I just want you to know that when. Right, but y'all.
Yeah, see, it's white. They're white. They're dressed all in black. They're definitely Antifa, and they're spray painting it as if blacks wrote it, like Black Lives Matter. Are you kidding me? And this woman is right to be upset, because who's it get blamed on?
I'm doing that for us, and we ain't asked you to do that. Listen, don't spray stuff on here when they gonna blame black people for this, and black people didn't do it.
That's right.
But if we wanted you to do it, we would have asked. They not gonna show y'all faces when they see that on their building. They gonna blame that on us. Y'all are part of the problem. News come on, they gonna say we did that. We didn't do that. Stuff like this ain't right. Stuff like this ain't right. That's what the problem is. We out here standing together peacefully, protesting without any problems. You got people of all races spraying on buildings talking about Black Lives Matter. That ain't even us. You got police officers coming to a peaceful protest spraying gas on us. We ain't even did nothing. Don't let the media fool you. When they see the vandalism on these places, know that it wasn't us. And when you see stuff like that, you're supposed to stand up and say something. Don't spray on these people's buildings. That's not our message. That's not helping nothing.
That's right. She's right.
And then putting that on us. And then want to argue with us and say somebody black asked you to spray. We don't need nobody to do nothing for us. That's why we out here doing it ourselves.
That's right. She's right. She's right. And good for her. She's out there peacefully protesting. She's not out there spray painting buildings and throwing bricks through people's glass windows, and and yet they're the ones that'll get blamed. It's sad. I'm glad that there's people like her out there videoing this, really, because otherwise we know how the media would paint it. All right. They are definitely trying to ramp up a race war when there really isn't one. There really isn't one. I've lived in the South. Most of my adult life, I lived in the South. I didn't see it. I saw racism. Don't get me wrong. I saw lots of racism. But I also saw lots and lots of blacks and whites getting along just fine. Just fine. Actually, the church that I went to when I was in North Carolina, it was completely biracial. I'd say probably 50-50. And I loved it. Everybody got along. We went to each other's houses for dinner, and we went out to eat together. I don't get it. They're trying to make us hate each other. Okay, let's go on now. We are on drop 4378, 4378. Representative Owens, evil being done by Democrat leadership to destroy our businesses and middle class. Absolutely. And Q says, sums it up perfectly. Sure does. Let's go listen. Okay, it says, truth bomb right here. We are dealing with evil and fighting for the soul of our country. They want us divided.
What happened here is not typical. That's not our culture. When I talk about fighting for the heart and soul of our nation, that's what we're fighting against right now. The heart and soul of our nation is our middle class. It defines our culture. It's where we serve people. We love each other. We come together. What we're up against is Marxism. We have an enemy out there, and what we're seeing right now is the true evil of that. And we have to understand that we find this in most of these blue states, where you have governors who have not only shut down businesses for the last 3 months, don't want to open them up, and then you have these mayors who actually allow these people to come in and just destroy business across the board. These small businesses, where our economy will come back strong, and we have Marxists that are actually up against that. So we have to realize who our enemy is. I'm looking forward to a president looking at these people as terrorists, because that's who they really are, and they need to pay the price for being so.
Burgess, we've seen these protests, which were justified, take a different turn, and it's just outrageous to see this looting and to see these riots. When you first saw that video of George Floyd, and now when you look at the video of all the rioting, the looting, what are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, we were all together as a country realizing that was a heinous deed done to George. Nothing like that has ever done to any American here. We have to realize it's not about George anymore. It's about our country. It's about those who hate our nation. And I'm going to be straight up front with you. For those in the Democratic Party, look at your leadership. You have evil being done by your leadership. People want to see hurt and harm to American people, our economy, pain. That's what they do in every single state they live in, and every single city they oversee. We need to make sure that this same party that once has a terrorist arm, the KKK, now has a terrorist arm, the Antifa. The only difference in their covering is their color. Whether it be white or black, the covering is different, but it's the same process. So we have to understand what we're up against. And for my Democratic friends out there, realize what your party is doing right now. They're trying to divide us. We cannot stand for this. We cannot stand to lose our American way. And our business owners have to be given an opportunity to come back strong and do what they do best.
Well spoken. Very well spoken. Okay, and Q says, sums it up perfectly. Yes, it does. All right, we are on drop 4379, June 1st today. And Q leads to another, has left another link, and it says, sums it up perfectly. Black community used as pawns. Welcome to the Democrat Party. Unity creates peace. Unity is humanity. Q. Let's take a look.
What's up, world? It's your man.
Okay, this is very long. It's 15 minutes long, and I don't think that it's right for me to play that entire clip. So what I'm going to do, this is a former Black Lives Matter Ferguson organizer, Shaziel Sons exposes Democrats, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and more. Now, this is definitely worth watching. So I'm going to put this in the first pinned link. And I think I forgot on the last video. Yeah, I'm going to remember to go back and do that too. So it's 15 minutes and I just can't sit here and play somebody else's whole video. It's just not right. But I will leave I'll leave a link. And also it says, this is by Michael Darty. So anyway, so let's go back now. And definitely you should listen to that. It's definitely worth listening to. Okay. That yawn's trying to take over my whole face again. Okay, now I know you're yawning. I caught you. 4380, we are on drop 4380. Democrats using riots to push second COVID-19 wave scare to win presidential election by any means necessary. And I was thinking that, with all this rioting, it's like, are you hearing anything about COVID anymore? I'm not. I mean, up here I am. I mean, it's still crazy up here. Absolutely crazy. But you're not hearing about it in any of these places that are, rioting or demonstrating or protesting or whatever. You're not hearing about that. And is this going to lead to a second wave? And if it does, will they use that to shut down the elections? Well, you know what I say? I say that if it's safe to riot, it's safe to vote. Right? Okay, this is, so this Anon posted this, and it says, Cuomo warns protests could spark coronavirus comeback in New York. Well, they're hoping, aren't they? Cuomo warns protests could spark coronavirus comeback, and we've got a link to that. We're going to go out to that. And this is what Q has to say about it. Attempting to establish new narrative, riots, creating second COVID-19 wave. And he asks that as a question, but it's not a question. He's letting us know. Loss of control, first wave. Regain control necessary regarding vote by mail, regarding Democrat state bailouts, regarding economy, unemployment, kill, etc. All assets deployed. Win by any means necessary. 2020 presidential election. And Q has told us that's what all of this is about. COVID, this stuff, the riots, it's all about that. Let's go and check out this link. Cuomo warns protests could spark coronavirus comeback in New York. All right. Protests against police brutality could give coronavirus a chance to come roaring back, Governor Cuomo warned Monday. The demonstrations that have rocked New York City and other cities in the wake of the death of George Floyd could potentially be infecting hundreds and hundreds of people after everything that we have done, the governor says. We have to take a minute and ask ourselves, what are we doing here? He asked. Cuomo touted huge gains against the deadly virus, noting that overall hospitalizations, intubations, and new hospitalizations due to COVID-19 are down to their lowest levels since the pandemic struck the state. The state conducted roughly 50,000 tests on Sunday with only 1,000 testing positive. The progress is just phenomenal, Cuomo said. Another 54 New Yorkers were killed by the virus on Sunday, he added, noting that there will be a level at which the number can't drop any lower. COVID-19 has killed 23,959 people in the state. Both the capital region and western New York are slated to join 5 other upstate areas of the state in phase 2 of the state's reopening plan. The city remains the sole region still in full pause, meaning all non-essential businesses are still shuttered and large gatherings are banned. Well, you'd never know it, would you? So New York City protests continue over George Floyd's death. Cuomo has said the city will be ready to enter the first phase on June 8th, but warned that the protests could exacerbate the COVID-19 spread. Don't snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, he said. We're talking about reopening in 1 week in New York City, and now we're seeing these maskless gatherings over the last several nights that could, in fact, exacerbate the COVID-19 spread. Yeah, it's the masks. If they were all wearing masks, I guess it would be fine. I don't know. I don't pretend to understand Cuomo. He's an enigma wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in bullcrap. Okay, let's move on to 4381, drop 4381. And we've got a link here. And it says, no civility unless Democrats win congressional control. Translation, MSDNC will incite and push division unless Democrat control established. Think pre-midterms. Think pre-2020 presidential election. Now, reconcile. 1-to-1. The only thing that matters to them is regaining power. Prevent public learning of truth. Prevent accountability. Self-preservation. These people are sick. Yeah, let's take a look at this. And this made me totally lose my cool when I saw this. Why does the mainstream media want us divided? Why are they denying Antifa as domestic terrorists, correcting themselves when they even use the word riot? Because they are enemy of the people, but they're receiving marching orders. Oh, yes, they are receiving marching orders. Let's listen to, well, okay, I'll call her Hillary, but I don't want to. I want to call her something else.
You cannot be civil with a political party that wants to destroy what you stand for, what you care about. That's why I believe if we are fortunate enough to win back the House and or the Senate, that's when civility can start again.
Right.
But until then, the only thing that the Republicans seem to recognize and respect is strength. You cannot be civil with a political party that wants to...
There you have it, from the horse's mouth. Well, actually from the horse's hinder part. Okay. She's a piece of work, isn't she? Yeah, when the Democrats win control of the Senate, that's when civility will return. Yeah, like what you did in Benghazi was real civil, Hillary. Selling our uranium to the Russians was really civil. Okay, let's go back. No, really, let's. Okay, now we are on drop 4382. 4382. Now, we've got a link to this. Now, it says, who all is in on this? This video tells a lot. False flag. Yeah, it sure does tell a lot. There's the police standing by while they spray paint the buildings. Did you hear the police just instructed her to write Floyd? And what's she doing? The police are instructing her and standing by while she defaces this storefront or whatever it is. It's disgusting. No wonder people are calling this an FF. It is. It's very, very evident that it is. Okay. So it says police ordered to stand down by Democrat mayors, Democrat governors, Antifa, coordinated safe zones. Q. Well, these are safe zones. The Democrat cities are safe zones for people like that. Absolutely. Now we are on drop 4383. 4383. Q confirms the World War Z news image was faked. And it was. And so this is an anon posting this. Confirm fake image. Well, he already did, but it says confirmed. Helicopter ride create. Confirm. Visibility challenge. Good catch. Thank you, anons. Not sure what he's talking about there, but all right. And that, I believe, catches us up with Q, believe it or not. And I know you do believe it. So let's go and see if we're really caught up, because you know, Q has a habit. He just keeps posting. Let's go and see if he's posted more. Of course he has. Okay, this is the last one right here. Roger Ball has been called. I think he's saying Roger Ball has been called. Roger Ball has been called good and green. Q. I guess he's saying green. Green's always a go. The ball has been called. They've got the landing, what do you call that? The landing guidance, the things that are there to guide the plane in, has been spotted. So the ball has been called, and it says Roger, ball has been called. Good and green. There you go. So that brings us up to date with Q, which is wonderful, because I had my doubts whether I could get caught up, but I did. So let me thank some people that are very important to thank, and that is Barbara B. from Cincinnati. Come on down. Thank you, Barbara B. I know you are a longtime listener and an avid supporter, and I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. And Phil H. from New Zealand. Now, that's interesting. it'd be interesting to know what Phil H. thinks about everything that's happening over here and what is happening in New Zealand. I'd love to know. I'm sure we all would. So anyway, thank you, Phil H. and David M. I think this is David Mick. That's who I think it is. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Marcy Petty. And picked up a new Patreon subscriber, Eva Marie G. So thank you guys so much. I really do depend on your support because, as you know, there's no advertising on this site. I'm still thinking about it, but there's a couple people that they actually listen to this show. They're patriots and they have businesses, and both of them have sent items to me, and I was impressed. So I may mention them from time to time. I'm still considering this, whether I want to do that or not. I don't know, but I think it would be good for us to support businesses that are Patriot owned and listeners of the show. Hey, that's good. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Now, I'm not going to promise that I'm going to come back with news tonight because, well, you know, I might, I don't know. I'm just going to get this uploaded and see how I feel after that. But I'm so pleased to be caught up with Q. But while I'm getting caught up with Q, I'm missing news that is really important. So hopefully we can get caught up with the news tomorrow, unless Q posts. So anyway, all right. That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys that are regular listeners, thank you. And I appreciate you very, very much. So you guys have a great night. Please stay safe and keep seeking truth. Good night, guys.